This is the Daily Habit, a place for the ergophobic. In today's show, we're bringing you the best of skate, wake, and snow. Osiris team riders Karen Jones, Steph Torr, Vera Janssen are on the Habit. Plus, we check all the action at the Monster Energy San Diego Pro-Am Surf Tour in Huntington Beach. Also, Jordan Morris checks out Oakley's Big X Games Bash in Aspen, Colorado. Don't worry, we'll do the work. Just sit there and enjoy yourselves. Welcome, everyone. It is the Daily Habit. How you doing? Pat Parnell, and look who is in studio. Vera Janssen.
Hi.
Thank you for making the trek down from Whistler.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Finally, you guys are getting snow, right? Early season, not so much, but starting to dump, right?
No, it's good. Right when I came there in January, it's been starting to dump, and now it's good. It's going to be good when I come back tomorrow.
True story. I heard someone, a very lame person out there, stole your sled, your snowmobile.
Yeah,
what happened?
It was pretty crazy. Just when I got situated in Whistler, early January, my truck and my sled and a place to live, I walked out my house and my driveway was empty and everything was gone, my whole setup. But luckily those guys were pretty stupid and they didn't only steal my sled and truck, but also this guy Jeff Kiles, who's a professional slednik.
Right, mistake right there.
Yeah, they shouldn't have done that. Anyways, like 2 or 3 weeks later, Jeff and his buddies, through connections, found who had taken it and sold it for a ridiculously cheap
The perpetrators
price.
were caught, and you got your sled, and right now we're going to get to 29.5 second satisfaction, what you're able to do when you have a sled. Check it out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a defiant 29.5 seconds of satisfaction. If you're watching closely, there's some classic footage in there, right?
Yeah, there's some 2001 action in there.
Because I know way back at that time you were shooting with Brian Oliver, who's a producer for Fuel TV.
Yeah, he made snowboard videos back then, and I was lucky enough to get part in his movies. It was super good season, thinking back of it, really fun and motivational until this day, because that's the season I really found out that filming is what I wanted to do.
But I'm getting ahead of myself. I want to go back, like early days in Germany. How did you get your start? I mean, because you didn't grow up in a ski town at all, right?
No, I'm from the flatlands. We're like the typical tourist ski vacationist. Once a year, though, every year. And my dad got me on skis when I was 3. I saw my first snowboard when I was 7. I just always loved snow, playing in it, loved the mountains. So
true, you'd work at a job and just save up just to, get that one, trip a year?
Yeah, my dad would give me a season pass for Christmas, and then I would babysit until I had 120 Deutschmarks, which is enough money to take the train to the Alps for a weekend and back. And then I'd just stay with friends and practice.
You missed the simple days of Deutschmarks for sure. So, but you guys had a deal. You wanted to drop out of school, and he's like, "I'm not having it." He kind of forced you to stay with the education. Are you happy you did that?
Yeah, I'm super stoked he did that. We cut a deal that I was going to finish school, and he would let me go to the States to go snowboard. So I did high school in Utah, and then I moved to Squaw Valley, and then I stayed in Tahoe. So
you've been everywhere. So how did it come from Salt Lake City, that area, and then where did the Whistler thing come about? Because it seems like since you went to Whistler, you really started to get some good momentum with filming and.
Yeah, well, kind of, you have to be on top of your sledding stuff and really know your sled to be able to go out into the backcountry in Whistler. So I was living in Mammoth before, had my sled and just learned everything about it so I could be self-sufficient and be able to go out with the boys.
There's some good baby areas in Mammoth. It seems like a lot of people get their sled shops, because you can't be a girl out there and go, how many times did you get stuck when you first started to
a lot.
on the turnarounds?
Yeah, basically until I was too tired to sled anymore. And then I'd load up and try again the next day. But it's perfect in Mammoth. You got the big flats out there, and you can just whip turns, and yeah.
Dreamland. I mean, in Whistler's even more so. Now, since you're going up there, you signed with Nitro. Congratulations.
Thanks. I'm really stoked on that.
And what about the Alterna Films only female rider that they're shooting with? True?
Yeah, yeah. They used to have one other girl a couple years back, and since then it's only been a guys' production, and it's been a dream of mine to jump on their crew. Like, all the guys are so awesome. I love their movies. And
it's kind of cool, too. I want to give you a little nod that you always kind of stick to the natural terrain, kind of Jake Lavelt style. You love those natural, like, terrain features, don't you?
Yeah, the powder is the best, and just doing a run down a mountain, just having a mountain as your playground, that's the best thing.
Good stuff. All right, well, sit tight. We'll bring you back later in the show. We got more coming up. You're watching The Daily Habit here on Fuel TV. Right now, though, we check in with Jordan Morris and the Oakley team at their X Games kickoff party in Aspen, Colorado. Welcome back, everyone, to The Daily Habit. Thank you so much, Kiala Kennelly, here with Karen Jones, Steph Torr, Vera Janssen, and we're here to talk about this really cool Osiris Shred Day you guys did.
Yep.
Yeah, it was you guys and 3 other girls that are on the team?
Yeah, Annie Sullivan, Melissa Marquette, and Jen Smith.
And doing what kind of sports? Not just all skateboarding, right?
No,
Was it
we did it all.
wakeboarding, surf, snowboarding.
Wake skating, and
kind of had your choice if you wanted to wakeboard or wake
Yeah,
skate?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Karen, I heard you on the wakeboard.
Yeah.
Kind of killed it.
No, like I had wakeboarded before in a gato boat in Brazil, and
Yeah.
it was so different here. Like I didn't want to go, and then in the end, I was really glad that I went because it was really fun.
Probably running from crocs and stuff and like carnivorous fish, something like that. But what was it? You guys started the day what? Snowboarding?
Snowboarding at
Up
Mount
at Mount
High.
High?
Yep.
yeah, we drove up there, and then there was a sinkhole on the highway. We started out way early, and then we had to go all detours, and it was pretty crazy. Then
Vera,
we went wakeboarding from there.
Were you a little surprised at how good some of the girls were when they hit the snow?
Yeah, it was
Yeah?
fun. I wasn't really doubting them any moment.
Yeah.
I mean, snowboarding's probably like the easiest of that. You just feet attached to the board, and I
Steph
mean,
got a big
everybody.
bail on the
Yeah?
things.
Steph ate it pretty hard.
See, that's good to see. Like you
Yeah.
kind of get jazzed on that, as long as they don't get completely
I got
wrecked.
the best and the worst shot, Kim said, of the day for snowboarding. So.
Yeah, it was. I think it
that's
was.
my neck.
flammable.
Yeah.
It was also good to find out how much each sport hurt. Like, I think we
Yeah.
all bailed on every sport pretty hard during that day. So it's like, yeah, the skating hurts. Ooh, the water
Yeah,
hurts.
the water hurts. Jen Smith is a pro longboarder, and she actually fell on her wake skate, and she paddled in on her wake skate on the
See,
way back. So.
helps you know how to paddle. For
Yeah.
sure. Next time you guys come back in, will you bring the rest of the team?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Osiris team, we thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.